the environment and encouraging communities to take action to change human history. Public consciousness about the need for the sustainable environment is the most important factor if we are to solve the problem we now face. Years ago, environmental disasters were often due to the lack of knowledge on environment. People believed that during dumping raw industrial and human waste in the rivers would not seriously affect the riparian ecosystem. Later on, even after knowing the environmental effects, industrialists and leaders with selfish ideas ignored the common good and continued business as usual. That caused the degradation of the environment. I feel great sadness at the state of the holy rivers in my home, the Vishnumati and Bagmati rivers of the Kathmandu Valley, and about all the other tributaries of the Gangas in North India. I wonder about the power of religion versus the power of human denial and greed that got us to this state. Somehow, we must change the formula of how we live to protect and what matters most to human futures, our air and water. How we reshape our consciousness of the environmental is central. People, by tradition or by choice, are attached to certain religious tradition and their belief system. They follow the instruction of their religious master. Even many who are also educated in modern field, including the science. I believe that it is time to connect religious belief and scientific understanding relating to the environment. It is logical and important for religion to relate to the challenges of our world. It has to be understood that origin of each religion and its development was affected by historical context. We can see that each religion attempted to understand nature and related to it. The environment is divine or divine creation. It is what humans are given by the divine to control, or it is just an illusion. And all the religions have beliefs about nature. And some have deified it, some have assigned divinity to it, and have developed the culture of worshipping it. However, the various saints and philosophers have taught in the past. What is clear today across the world is that leaders in all these religious traditions must see the urgent need to define the environmental crisis as also a religious issue. The Buddha, after leaving behind his home and family, chose to seek enlightenment in the forest. Under the open sky, close to the great trees and flowing rivers of the Gangetic plain. The environment sustained him and educated him in his quest, and afterwards he wandered from city to forest to city to spread his teachings. His earliest followers also depended on the forest for dwelling and also suitable place for meditation. The Buddha was very friendly towards nature throughout his life. He also frequently analyzed the nature of mind and the matters, the environment, and the relationship between the mind and the matters very minutely. The connection between mind and matter was the key to realization of the enlightenment. As the formula of Pratitya Samudapada, condition co-arising, expresses it. The 12 factors in it form a circle showing how untamed desire and ignorance about our existence cause humans to be victims of suffering, reborn again and again. Read another way, Pratitya Samudapada also demonstrates how any life of any being is conditioned by and dependent on other factors. No entity exists alone. All life forms are part of a matrix of life, one in which self and world cannot exist without interconnection or support. Take a moment now to absorb this fact. Since we often in life move too quickly to unmindfully to pay attention to this interconnectedness, let us together do for just 1 minute the simplest Buddhist meditation. With back straight, let us silently breathe in the air and then let it go out. No thoughts, just experience and again. Note how we depend on this constant replenishment of energy and oxygen, without which our lives could not continue for very long. In Buddha's understanding, this world is made of matter in the form of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Life, living beings, combines the aggregates of mind and matter. The world is the macrocosm, while our life is a microcosm. And both are marvelously interwoven with the same life force. Thus, the world and individual life are not dual. Non-duality is the ultimate truth of the world and life. This is Buddhism's contribution to addressing the environmental crisis with its one understanding of human consciousness. It is non-duality theory reveals the inseparable connection between human life and the environment. Having examined the mind and matter very closely and extensively, the Buddha is said to have spoken a gatha, a special set of words that reveal the interrelationship between all the entities. Anyonya nugata sarvadharma, paraspara nugata sarvadharma, atyanta nugata sarvadharma. All the entities, whether living being or non-living being, mobile being or immobile beings, things are interrelated, interconnected, and interdependent. The Gatha states that the relation and the connection of all entities are inseparable and indivisible. It follows that all the entities are equally essential, noteworthy, vital, etc. And all entities are thus respectable, admirable, praiseworthy. The change in one entity, their arising and decaying, affect not only one entity, but has a chain of effects on all the entities. While chanting this gatha, a Buddhist master in my tradition also display hand gesture called mudras that I would like to demonstrate here if you permit me. First they put the hand together and chant the gatha. Anyonya nugata sarvadharma, paraspara nugata sarvadharma, atyanta nugata sarvadharma. Together this gesture demonstrates the diversity, relation, connection, networking of the 5 fingers of a hand. Apparently the 5 fingers differ from each other. They are separate from each other and possess different size and shapes. And each finger has a separate name, as well as the different purpose and the characteristics. But if one finger is absent or ignored, the whole hand would be incomplete. If difficulties would be faced and strength would be loose, weakened. It is therefore seen that all the fingers have equal existence, identity, purpose, and value of constituting the hand. A wise man, being a human being who understands the realize this truth, will consider the separate 5 fingers are not really separated. But we respect all the fingers equally and discounting all the swelling none. And similarly, the wise will realize and cherish the inner connection between oneself and another person. One society and another society, one country and another country, one religion and another religion. The Buddhist consciousness of reality will realize the inner connection between the oneself and the surrounding environment. This inseparability is the ultimate reality. Understanding this interconnection must now help to create the consciousness of humanity's universal coexistence, and then explain the logical necessity of the universal love and compassion expressed in environmental activism. Leaders must be asked in the name of religion to govern for the greatest common good and doesn't sacrifice the environment and the people who depend on it. Here, Buddhism can create consciousness of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, universal family connection, and motive expressions of Sarva Prakaram Jagatu Hitaya, work for the welfare of all entities by every means. So every religion today need to contribute immediately to address the global environmental crisis. So Buddhist thought and moral teachings have much to offer in facing these challenges. Ye jangama chatra tathaiva sthavara ste sarva sattva sukhino bhavantu. Thank you.